UK has faced a double blow after its exit from the European Union. On one hand, the businesses were entangled in new regulations and restrictions, and on the other, COVID-19 affected its economy tremendously. The combined negative effect has made it difficult for UK economy and businesses to recover as trading across the EU has become more difficult and costly. According to a report published by the Cross-Party Public Account Committee, trade between the UK and the EU was knocked out by Brexit's new rules and regulations, especially as border checks increased business costs. For trading goods, UK businesses are now required to apply for an economic operator registration and identification number and other permits under the new TCA rules. All of this has upped the cost for businesses, paperwork, and border delays. The UK left the EU to support its businesses after maximising their productivity and their contributions to the economy. At the moment, the Boris Johnson government is offering around £20 million of Brexit support funds to small and medium-sized businesses. Although almost every industry in the UK was affected by Brexit and the pandemic combined, which potentially impacted this economy, along with other problems like the shortage of fuel, shortage of migrant and skilled workers, and supply chain crises, as well as energy bills. However, some industries like manufacturing, retail, hospitality, and catering, as well as financial services, transportation, healthcare, food and agriculture, have been more impacted than others. The hospitality industry was the hardest hit due to the pandemic and Brexit, and is more dependent on European workers. The sector employed over 400,000 migrant workers, but due to new immigration restrictions, the industry has lost a lot of its workforce. The hospitality sector runs on an extremely tight margin, and due to the pandemic, it saw more closures and layoffs. Restaurants, bars, and cafes are struggling as the businesses can't afford to offer higher salaries and recruitment bonuses to attract workers. Plus, the shortage of HGV drivers in the UK has affected almost every industry, but the high street shops and online distributors were affected the most. It's also put more pressure on the supply chain and led to a surge in prices of goods and empty shelves in stores. Meanwhile, the manufacturing industry of the UK, which largely relies on imports and exports, was naturally hit hard by the rising cost burden and trade barriers. Since the UK's exit, trade between Britain and the EU has fallen massively. But there's still potential for the country to bounce back from the downward slope in the business world on the back of economic recovery as the COVID situation improves. More updates will follow. I'm Holly Shields for kalkinemedia.